Big welcome to everyone. Get the cheat sheets?
Yep.
Yeah, that might be
And
good.
this is Mark Number, and I don't know how, he is somebody who's helped us spiritually along the way. And Mark has started this meditation center, and this meditation center is where Julie and I met.
So we're personally responsible.
Personally responsible for keeping us together.
That's right. And now all of you are personally responsible for keeping them together. So it's always so wonderful to have this sort of activity here. And yeah, so part of the welcome is just acknowledging like the point of being together is to be happy, and in particular happy for Julie and Jerry and the commitment that they're making. And you know, we need excuses to be happy. And you're not here as passive observers, but you're all like, as we hold this space together, you're bringing to mind Julie and Jerry, and you're bringing to mind their best, most beautiful qualities that you know in them, and imagining, visualizing, sensing them being wise and happy and good together. And it's like, that's the contribution that we bring. And it's not just today, of course, but you know, for as long as you know them and remember them. And really, because it's not an easy thing, people, some of you know, coming together in a marriage. And so I'm really glad that the number has grown. When Jerry and Julie came to me originally, it was just a couple people. Enough to sign them. But it's because it really helps to have that community energy. And I'm really glad that we have photographs from the wider family and people on Zoom. And even it's good because, you know, we all have different understandings. But why not invite in all the beneficent forces in the universe, right? Just bring them in and just may they bless this commitment, this marriage. May they support Jerry and Julie. So this is kind of the energy we're going to hold for 25, 30 minutes. And then for the rest of their lives together, you know, just like, oh yeah, may you be good together. May you be happy together. So Julie and Jerry asked me to share a few words, you know, like Jerry just mentioned, this is the Buddhist Meditation Center. And the primary practice we do here is it's kind of like human common sense, being present to our lives, as opposed to not being present, which doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. Oh yeah, I'm going to be a human being and choose to not be present. But there's something surprisingly profound about what we do here, and I think it really relates to people deciding to get married and to live a life together and, you know, support each other in this way. One of my teachers, a Burmese teacher, Buddhist monk, he was sort of like pointing his finger at us. There's a bunch of teachers, people who teach Buddhism, and he was saying to us, is Buddhism optimistic or is it pessimistic? And he, you know, he made us commit. No one wanted to commit because we had a sense it was a setup question, you know. And finally, when he got enough people to commit, he said, neither. I mean, we sort of saw it coming. It's realistic. And I think that's the attitude about marriage too, because, you know, there's a lot of baggage culturally, both sides, like this idealistic, romantic idea of marriage. And a lot of people are really down on it too, like, doesn't work, can't work, it's a setup. And I think what we can bring and what we can do to support Jerry and Julie and model in our own lives is cultivating a very realistic, grounded, clear-minded, open-hearted approach to being together.
And by the way, you've been married 29 years.
Yeah, and living together a little longer than that. Yeah. So I know what it's like. And I was just about to say, well, not only is it not easy being a human being, have you noticed? It isn't easy being a sensitive, alive person. And it isn't easy being a married person either. It's challenging. And the way we defend ourselves from these challenges is we, you know, use ineffectively stressfully, we use fixed ideas. You see that being played out in the wider world, where people have these fixed ideas about right and wrong. And we do that in our marriages, in our relationships too, right, wrong, should be this way, this is how I see you. And you see, that's either some version of being optimistic or pessimistic, placing our partner in a pessimistic point of view, like, oh, they're always this way, or an optimistic. But it's about being realistic. And when we really bring that clear-minded, open-hearted, realistic, we realize that Jerry and Julie and all of us, we're not actually a static thing. Jerry isn't one thing, and Julie isn't one thing. I sometimes say, we're wild in that wilderness sense, unpredictable. And one of my other teachers said it's a little bit like the Chicago City Council. It's like who we are as this committee, this sort of group of different semi-independent patterns. So it's always a question like who, right now for Jerry, who of all those patterns in Jerry, who has the microphone? Or same with Julie, is it the kind and wise Julie or the whatever? That's the only committee member, right?
That's really what I've seen.
No, just wait. Because we have a big committee and they're not all that skillful. Some of them are really broken and hurt and have unfinished business. And it's really useful to just like when we even look around the group here, and especially with Julie and Jerry, to realize like, oh yeah, there are patterns, committee members that I've seen, and committee members maybe I should just presume that I haven't yet seen in each of us, right? And that's, in a way, that's why the commitment is such a bold and brave thing to do, to get married. Because you're, in a way, Bernie will like this, Jerry is the continuation of Bernie in the same way that Julie is the continuation of her parents and the ancestors before. And so there's this sort of collection of tendencies and patterns and influences, and we personally don't even know all of them, right? And a lot of the reasons we don't know all of them is we haven't cultivated that presence, that like aspiration to be realistic and clear-minded and open-hearted about, oh, now I'm being a jerk, or oh, now I'm being the one to forgive, or now I'm the one who doesn't want to forgive. And just to see each and every pattern, because that's what's there in any moment. So as a little Dharma blessing, as we might say, Dharma just means the way it is, it's just to understand this in your relationship, like you're marrying wilderness, the uncertainty, the unknowability, the unreliableness. That's what each of us are. And so when you come together, it's not like Julie is going to expect Jerry to make her happy, or Jerry's going to expect Julie to make us happy. That would be that optimistic point of view. Like, here's the deal, here's the business arrangement. You're here to make, and you're here to make her, because that's a setup. And there was, I'll just tell you a funny story about that. There's a wonderful article, a Buddhist teacher wrote an article once about marriage, and she relayed a story in this article of, she was on retreat with someone, and it was the time when they were talking together at the beginning of the retreat, and they hadn't met before, they were just chatting about their lives. And this other person was telling her that, he had recently gotten involved in a relationship and was starting to get serious, and this other person wants to move in together, and he's starting to freak out. And this person who this author didn't know well at all, they just had met. This other person says to her, do you think it will work? Do you think it can work? And she gave this great answer, I think, which she wrote about in her article. She said, and it was surprised her, the answer she gave. It's like just came out of who knows where. But she said, well, of course it can work, as long as you don't think the relationship is here to make you happy. But if you think it's here to make you happy, it's probably not going to work. And so then how do we hold the marriage, if it's not here to make me happy, it's really here as like a teacher. We're coming together. We're saying we want to live together. We want to share a life together. We're being realistic. It's really hard living alone. It's really hard living in partnership with another person. But we're not expecting each other to make us happy. We're coming together really to create this place where there can be a lot of learning about how to be a human being, how to be wide open, how to kind of, we have this sort of, it's probably the deepest addiction we have, thinking that there's a perfect life for us, a perfect way, as opposed to embracing the messiness and the uncertainty and the wildness of our lives. I mean, come on, we're born, our bodies age, and then we die. So it's just like the thing about life, and there's so much uncertainty in life, there's so much messiness that we really want to come into alignment with the life we're living instead of the idealistic notions that we cling to. And in Buddhism, sometimes we say the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows as a description of life, like it's the whole package. And coming together and saying, yeah, we know that's what we're doing together. And what would freedom, what would love look like when life is the way it actually is, in marriage, and personalities and bodies are actually as they are? What does freedom look like? What does real love look like? Now that, to me, and I can imagine, and I imagine you've already been doing that work, like, how can we be free together? How can we be happy together in the wildness, the uncertainty, the 10,000 joys and sorrows that just naturally, appropriately come with life? Isn't that interesting? Oh yeah, that's an interesting adventure. So we want to check in with Julie and Jerry. So like, how's that going? How's the wilderness?
Well, we've experienced both sides of it today.
Yeah.
Well, we've experienced all of it in 9 years.
Yeah, I'm sure I know. Well, I know a little of it because just being
Yes,
good
you do.
spiritual friends, we've talked, all of us. And so that's where we are. And that's kind of a little bit of, when Jerry mentioned that both Julie and Jerry have practiced here, that's probably what they've been interested in, is this more honest, direct, grounded, non-idealistic way of being a human being, because that's sort of part of what Buddhist practices are about. So I'll just end with a little blessing and then pass it on for Bernie, who's going to do a little blessing too. So may your marriage, you two good friends, be based on and support a deepening of understanding, the deepest learning. May a resonant and resilient love arise from this deepening understanding. And may this understanding allow you to remain steady and wise when facing the inevitable winds of life's up and downs. So may this be so. Yeah. I'll pass it to you, Bernie. Would you go next?
I'd like to have you stand.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yep.
Maybe when you asked me to do this, I came upon a quote from Rumi, and he said that we're not supposed to go out looking for love. We're supposed to be looking at ourselves to seek and find those things that are keeping us from love. And that's where my meditation is, or my blessing is today.
Thank you.
Blessed be your open hearts. You can receive that big love of today, that scary commitment. Bless you with commitment. I bless you with a soft heart, so that you can love each other tenderly, with respect, one for another, and appreciation. I bless you. And I bless you with a heart that can give compassion and consolation one to the other. Amen.
Thank you, Bernie. So let's do a blessing, all of us, for Julie and Jerry. And I'll say some basic phrases, and you can just repeat the phrase silently in your mind a couple times, and just sending your love to them together. So dear Julie and Jerry, may you both be safe in all ways. You can visualize them being safe, and you can just repeat that phrase, may you both be safe in all ways. May you be wise and peaceful as you move through life together. May you be wise and peaceful as you move through life together. Notice how good it feels to be offering Julie and Jerry these simple wishes. And the third, may you be able to laugh and cry, speak truthfully and listen deeply, forgive and be silent together. Be able to laugh and cry, speak truthfully and listen deeply, forgive and be silent together. May your lives be fresh, alive, and fearless. May your lives together be fresh, alive, and fearless. May you take care of each other and all of life with great skill and deep ease. May you take care of each other and all of life with great skill and deep ease. And may the goodness in your hearts protect you always. May the goodness in your hearts protect you always. And may your goodness together may continue and increase and never end. And may the goodness you both are together, may that continue and increase and never end. And the goodness that Jerry and Julie together, may this goodness continue and increase and never end. We could just take, we'll have a few moments of silence, and anything you want to say silently in your own heart and mind as a little blessing for Jerry and Julie, just feel free to offer a prayer or your own personal blessing. And it can be even as simple as visualizing the two of them surrounded by love and light. So may this goodness be so. Now you both have been blessed. Yeah, now you get to bless each other. You're going to offer your vows to each other. So should we stand for this? And now it gets real.
I came back up.
Well, I just remember there's a children's book that I read a long time ago. And anyway, that in this book, there's this circle that rolls around through life. And this circle has a little triangle taken out of it. And anyway, the circle runs into a square. That didn't work. Ran into a triangle that's too small. That didn't work. Then finally ran into a triangle that fit just perfectly. Anyway, doesn't fit quite perfect just yet. But it's getting better and better as we're together, I think. And I just want to say that I know I can't make you happy, but I think I can try not to make you unhappy. And I think I can do that by paying attention to the words I say, and I can pay attention to the things that I do. And that's what I've been trying to do. And I see you doing the same thing. Obviously we've had arguments, and you know, and sometimes I know you don't want to back down, and but you do, and I know that sometimes I don't want to back down, but I do also. So I guess I see us fitting together very well into a partnership, and I want to make this partnership last the rest of my life. So.
That's beautiful. I wanted to start with when I first met you here, which I can completely see it. You were sitting here, and I was in the back, and I see your head, and you're here all the time. And we met over at that door and took a double take toward each other, and then we met again in the community room, and my whole body just shook. And I remember coming back into the meditation center thinking, what just happened? Oh my goodness. And I feel like I met somebody really important to me. And then we went out for dinner in groups, and we would just have this really open conversation and laugh. And we started out laughing, and we talked, and we had this great conversation. And then you asked me out on a date, and we found out we have different passions, but we continued anyway. And, it's just this really great fit of differences that come together, and we have found this way to be together, make more together, be better together. You bring such earth energy, and you are good with food, and you cook good food. We're good with cleaning up. We just have this nice way of being compatible. And then the other thing that we found out, how what a good partner you are together after after we started to explore further of how to be a couple, because we've been single for so long, both of us. So just trying to figure out how to be a couple, so we joined the Mindful Couple Group and we explored topics together, and we started traveling together, and we continued to laugh, and everything just continued to open up for us in ways that felt like, wow, we're actually becoming a couple, and people are starting to see us as a couple. And it felt really good. And now our love just continues to grow. I love your creative spirit. I love the way you think. I love that we meditate together. I love that we question each other's thoughts and our own thoughts. I love that we laugh. I love going out to restaurants and eat with you. I love to explore. I love to hike. There's so many things that we have found to do together. So we're really great together.
And we traveled really well together, so I think if you're thinking of marrying somebody,
You gotta find out.
you gotta take a road trip.
Okay.
So.
And then, coming to this so late in life, just realizing how great it is to feel part of a sense of belonging. And I mean this sincerely with all of you, that I get to unite you all and feel stronger network. Just losing parents, and when they go, you feel that change. And so I just really want you to know how important it is to weave you all together and feel that sense of belonging and just the joy. I love that you said we can see us be wise, see us be joyful, and we'll do the same for you. So great.
Lucky.
I love you.
So this word, we kissed the bride.
No, yeah, we're gonna take each other's rings. Soon though. So they're holding the rings, and so these rings, they're not just so we know like who's available and not, right? It's a symbol, and a symbol for a long time. It evokes a sense of wholeness and continuity and loyalty. That's really, and we want to infuse that. So when you offer each other the ring, it really means something. So may these rings be symbols of your love and heartfelt commitment that you have made to each other today. May these rings remind you both that you have a loyal friend and a partner as you move through life together. So Jerry, would you place Julie's ring on her finger, and then you can repeat after me. Julie, I offer you this ring as a symbol
I offer you this ring as a symbol
that you are the one
that you are the one
I have chosen to share this life with.
I have chosen to share this life with.
And Julie, please place the ring on Jerry's finger and repeat after me. Jerry, I offer you this ring as a symbol
I offer you this ring as a symbol
that you are the one
that you are the one
I have chosen to share this life with.
I have chosen to share this life. You didn't sleep.
Can't stop it. So Julie and Jerry have this wonderful little candle ceremony they'd like to do.
So you all have candles?
Julie will walk us through this, but I'll light the candles first.
So we'll ask you to come up as soon as we're done. We're just doing a little song.
Every heart there is a sanctuary safe and strong to heal the wounds from lovers past until the new one comes along. And this is why we choose today, unite our hearts to make our way. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only ones to know.
So we're lighting this, And we would like you to bring your candle up. A couple at a time. And we'll light it, and then you can put the candles in here, so. It was a Billy Joel song. Let's put it in the water. So this is part of our meetings all together. Made us. And you guys can light candles too if you want. That little poem is from Billy Joel, it's a little revision of Billy Joel's song.
And so we have one more task because Jerry and Julie decided to do this commitment with all of you, those of you on Zoom, those of you here in the room. And so we were witnesses of the vows that they spoke to each other, the exchange of the rings, and just the sense of commitment that they've made. So it seems appropriate that all of us together pronounce them. Maybe we'll go wife and husband instead of the husband and wife. Screw things up a little. So I'll count to 3, and then together, all of us, including those of you on Zoom, will say out loud, we now pronounce you wife and husband. Okay? 1, 2, 3. We now pronounce you wife and husband. Now you can kiss. Like I'm in the middle, maybe I should move.
Oh, well, thank you all. Yeah,
You can play some music?
I was gonna play some music, just a little song to play in the background.
Should we, before everybody hangs up on Zoom, Julie, should we all kind of gather around?
Yeah, we should all
computer, take a
yep.
picture of,
I can take the picture.
okay, that would be, yeah.
Nina Simone.
Nina Simone.
Can't go wrong.
Should I take it with your camera?
Sun in the sky.
Do you want me to take a photo of
You
it?
take mine too, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think my camera's big enough.
No, that's all, that's fine.
iPhone is really easy to do that, yeah.
Well, we'll take it on both. Anybody else who wants one for phone, you can certainly have it on.
It's a new life for me, yeah, it's a new dawn.
So let's
This,
all,
you just gotta look for the eye and it's big as the zoom, and then it auto focuses.
Oh, okay. And then in terms of the Zoom, what do you recommend?
You could just take a photo.
One with them and then yeah,
On the street.
The music's on, you have to move a little.
So everybody who's online, try to get into the picture.
And now you're all imagining Julie very happy, radiant light all around.
Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean.
Oh, there it is.
Sleep in peace when day is
I'm
done,
assuming,
that's what
I'm
I
not
mean.
wasting One of those would be good. All
right.
You can see.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for coming. Good to see you, David. Nice glasses.
Congratulations.
Everybody.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the family.
Congratulations.
You can all
Was it-
unmute now.
Congratulations. Hi, Mom.
Love you guys.
So is it Jerry Deline now?
Good to see you. Tanner's here too.
Jerry
That's
Delaney.
very nice, Tanner.
Is it Jerry Deline
What's
or
that?
David.
Julie Sikora?
I don't know. Who that is.
That's my cousin Nick.
That's his son? Yeah, okay.
So that's Paul and Connie, and that's Ashley.
Ashley, the baby is there too. Let me see the baby's face. Is the baby sleeping? Oh, look at that.
Little Maddie, she's getting nice and fat.
Grandma.
Good to see you.
Grandma Makai says hi, Grandma.
Charlie, good to see you.
There's
And
Micaiah.
Micaiah, your teeth. I see what they're talking about, those teeth that are missing. Hi, Missy.
Yes, she's saying hi,
There's
Micaiah.
Emma.
Different.
How's your house, David? Send me pictures. Thank you.
Big screen with the, like that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I
Thank you
think
for coming, everybody. It's good to see you.
All right, let's do cleanup.
Just let me know if there's anything you need. Nice to see everybody.
We're gonna go. Love you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Congratulations. Bye.
Congratulations. Bye.
Bye.
Are we hanging up now?
If you like, then you can stand. If you like.
That?
All right.
Yeah.
Sound on?
Yeah, that was cool.
Is that my phone?
Hey, Tony.
How you doing?
Good. How are you
How you
doing?
doing, Therese? I can't hear you.
Hey, Tone, how you doing?
How you doing, Charlie and Janine?
Doing well, doing well. How about you?
Jim, good to see you.
Good to see you.
You man.
How's life in Idaho?
Cold. It's been cold.
Not
Got
as
down to
cold as
6.
it is here.
Yeah, I know. But
Six.
I'll never win that
warm here for 6.
What's the temperature in Wall?
Well, it's gonna be 50 today, but we were in the mid
Oh,
30s
nice.
below zero last week. So
Nice. Yeah, we just got back from Arizona.
I noticed your tan looks good, Tony.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, so nice to see you guys.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, you bet. I just wanted to,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
I just want Paul, I just want
Ashley says congrats
You're welcome.
and well done.
Yeah, thank you. Could you hear it okay, Paul?
Oh, yeah, it was perfect. Your vows
Okay,
were
good.
awesome. We were, I'm, Ashley's on the phone with me here, and I was just saying, I loved your vows. That was very,
Oh, okay.
that was very Jerry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got kind of nervous when it kind of time hit, you know, it was just, I got a little bit nervous, but yeah, I'm glad it came out pretty good. I'm glad it sounded okay. So.
David was chatting everybody, and he said it's enough to make a grown man cry.
Say it again.
David was chatting us, typing on the chat screen, and he said it was enough to make a grown man cry.
Oh, good. Well, I shed a tear, I think, so I was trying to hide it the best I could, but it didn't come off very well, so.
You weren't the only one that shed a tear, Jerry.
Good.
Well, welcome to the family officially, even though you've been a part of it.
Well, thank you.
You're officially a part of
Thank
it.
you.
Congratulations.
And this is, do you see Charlie on the line here, Paul?
Yeah.
That's my brother Charlie. He's the one who carries 2 pairs of pants around in case you're wondering, so.
I don't carry 2 pairs of pants around. I just want Paul to know that I'm really not this heavy. The camera adds 30 pounds.
Me neither.
I understand.
Mom's here too, so.
Is that, yeah.
That's my mom, and she could, I don't know, try to point the camera up at her. Well, I guess this is the camera right here, so.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
This is-
too.
We've heard a lot about you.
Yes, good, I presume. I'm hoping.
Absolutely.
I'm trusting, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they want kids?
Well, and as I told the kids, I have new grandchildren, great grandchildren, and a great granddaughter that's pretty special, actually.
Oh, yep, that's fine.
Yeah. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
it's good of you to be here today.
Yep.
Lindsay. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thanks for taking the time out to sit through this, so.
Yeah, it was fun.
I kept thinking about my dad as we were doing this and thinking about how long it was gonna take. Because my dad used to get very irritated with the priest if he spoke too long in the sermon. And he would get very upset also if they sang too many verses of the song, especially the ending song. He would get really irritated by that. He would say things like, and as I just keep thinking about it, they have to sing every goddamn verse to this goddamn song. Kind of thing.
That was after church when you were supposed to learn to love everybody.
So
Well,
I keep thinking about that. I keep laughing about it. So
Yeah.
No, it was perfect, Jerry. Ashley called us up and said that it was the perfect ceremony for you guys. It was ideal.
yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
You bet. Oh, shoot, she was on here. I forgot about that.
Was she?
Yeah.
Did you want to say something, Charlie?
No, I'm just watching,
Okay.
just
all right.
enjoying the wedding. So
Hey, Charlie, where do you live?
I live in Wall, South Dakota,
Okay. Where does David live?
Billings.
Oh, I used to live in Billings.
Yeah.
You lived in Billings?
Yeah, right out. My parents moved there after I graduated from high school. So they were there
Okay.
just a couple years.
Oh,
Okay.
really? What did he do? Your father?
He managed a chain of stores like, I don't know what kind of stores you have, like
Yeah.
Doors.
department stores. And they
Oh,
moved him
okay.
out there to help run these stores, turn them around. They weren't doing very well, so moved him out
Oh.
there.
David is on it, yes.
Yeah, Dave is an electrical engineer, so
Gotcha. And he's
He
your
had all-
kid?
he inherited all the brains. The rest of us are just, you know,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
just a bunch of dumbasses.
yeah, that's right. We're all a bunch of dumbasses compared to David. Just to ask him. No, I'm just kidding. He's not like that at all.
It was fun watching his chats.
So what are you guys going to do after this?
We're going to have like a dinner or lunch at an Italian restaurant in the north part of the city, so.
That's
we're just gonna
nice.
Drive over there.
It's
and-
called McDonald's.
Yeah, no. No, it's a really one of my favorite restaurants anyway, so it's called Buca di Beppo, so it's a really nice place, so. And they've got a big table that all of us can sit at the same table, so it's got a big round table, so 15 of us can all sit around the table, so. And there's a statue of the Pope in the middle of the table too, so we can all kind of ponder that, so.
That's pretty cool. Jerry, you'll appreciate this. In the background, I have the TV on, and it just rolled from one show to the next, and the next show was a NASCAR race, and the Star
Oh, really?
Spangled Banner, and they did a Jimi Hendrix version of the Star Spangled Banner to
Oh, really?
kick off the race. I thought, how apropos is that? A little Hendrix from way back.
So you're watching NASCAR while you're watching.
Yeah, it was just, I thought I had it totally muted, but where's that coming from? Oh, sure enough. Yeah.
All right, I think that we're all kind of ready to go here, so.
All right.
Thanks, Jerry.
Say-
Congratulations.
Can we
Yeah,
say
thank you
hi
very much.
hi to
Appreciate it.
Julie real quick?
Julie.
Yeah, they're signing. We didn't get Mark to sign us. We're not official yet.
That hasn't been
We
signed
didn't
yet.
get signed.
Mark didn't sign it yet, so, so we're not quite married yet.
Let's see you.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, take
Thank
care.
you.
welcome to the family.
Congratulations, Julie.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was perfect.
Was it?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Thank
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
And you look beautiful.
thank you. Look at.
Oh, nice. Ah.
And my nails are done. Stefan.
Oh, that's what I was looking at. And then the rings.
Yeah, those are my things.
Oh, nice.
That's the 2 rings, yes. Steph had her rings, her nails done too. Thank you.
Hello, Steph.
Well, congratulations and have a,
Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you. Oh, look at her. We'll see you soon, you guys.
All right.
Can't wait.
Yeah, love you, Julie.
Welcome,
Love you, Jerry.
Jerry.
Bye.